Alright, so this is my vampire deck. Recently, I was in Cypher Cards A to Z YugiTuber tournament. So what that means is that 26 people entered, as there's 26 letters of the alphabet, and each entry had to be a YugiTuber. And technically, since I've done a few real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos and Duel Links, I was able to be entered, and I was paired with the V letter to be put. And the idea is to use non-meta and to use like 60, I believe he said 65% had to be part of like your corresponding letter. So I made vampires with a little Lightsworn engine. I have 3 Lumina summoners, 3 Charge of the Light Brigade, and 3 Raidens, which would make my deck pretty much exactly like 65% vampires. I know Unizombie technically isn't a vampire, but it was allowed to count Mizuki. Your extra deck was limited, allowed to do anything, and your side deck was pretty much free to do anything. So there's some mistakes I made in making this deck, I know, especially not main decking a few cards, but I wanted to work on it being non-meta, which was the idea of the entire tournament. So I didn't want to throw in main deck Ash Blossoms, and at one point I had Nibiru, and I definitely should have kept Nibiru in the main deck. I learned that the hard way, but I go with 2 Vampire Vamps, 2 Red Barons, 2 Grace, 2 Frowlin. Then I got my 3 Lightsworn Raidens, then 2 Mizukis, 2 Unizombies, 3 Lumina Lightsworn Summoner, 3 Vampire Retainers, 3 Vampire Familiar, 2 Vampire Desire, then the 3 Charge of the Light Brigade, 2 Vampire's Domain, 3 Vampire Kingdom, 3 Vampire Awakening, and 3 Vampire Domination. So pretty much the idea was to mill a bunch of cards with Lightsworns in order to be able to use Mizuki or Grace or the Vampire Familiars and Retainers in the graveyard, so I wouldn't have to do that at a later turn, and then I could use Awakening and Domination either as a combo or individually to summon extra monsters and negate effects. Then I could use Grace mixed with Kingdom in order to pop cards on the field and throw extra cards into their graveyard, like spells or traps that I didn't want them to have or to be running. And then I could also use Domain mixed with the Familiar and Retainer to special summon an extra not special summon, to normal summon an extra vampire on top of that, and then Vamp could suck up anybody, but I didn't really get the chance to do that. With the extra deck, since I'm a Duel Links player, I was running Spark Dragon, Samurai Destroyer. Originally I was running Black Rose Dragon, but then I was told by another Duel Links player that Moonlight was a much stronger choice. Then I have Every and Brionic. Those are all pretty much Duel Links cards. I don't know any other better synchros because I don't play the TCG a lot, so that's why this deck isn't great. But I'm also running Flare Metal Dragon for my level 7s, and then the Vampire 2 Xyz monsters. Then Borlo Dragon, which I have no idea how to use, and I misplayed it with him. 2 Vampire Suckers, because it's a vampire deck. Wee Witch's Apprentice, and then 2 Linkrivos and an Anima. All 3 of those are just to run off of Familiar in case I can't do that much. I side decked a few cards you can see down here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I should have been side decking Nibiru. I never used Allure. I should have just switched that, and probably some better meta decks would have been better. So I'm going to show you some replays of what I went through in the tournament. I've been into 2 tournaments recently. So I went against WildeoTV, who did his own recent tournament, so he's pretty cool. Check him out. Then we're going to go to the first game, which I should have done first. My bad, but we will play it. So this is his hand again with the Cyber Dragons. We're going to go to me. Didn't know he had Cyber Dragons at first. So at first, this game was not going good for me. I don't know how Cyber Dragons work outside of Duel Links. So I know Core and Cyber Dragon itself and Cyberload Fusion and some of those, but I do not know the link and a few of the fusion monsters. So I had no certain idea. I know what I was going to do. But Wildio was doing really well. I didn't know I had Anima come out. I sucked up a Cyber Dragon, but he quick played Cyberload Fusion in order to get a monster, which I didn't know what his effects were. So the duel was a lot slower than this. I was reading a lot of cards, and he was being really patient with me about that, so that was very nice. So I ended up link summoning Wee Witch's Apprentice because lights are lowered in their attack. I know it doesn't do much in this case, but I really didn't have that much else I could do. But he is just destroying my board. He's got all these monsters on the field. He can attack me. Luckily, Frowlin was special summon, and he ended up not attacking into her because I could pay life points in order to increase her defense. And then it would go up by how much I paid. So then I can use summon my Raiden to mill some cards. I didn't get anything that I needed. Anyways, he Kaiju's me, Uses Link effect, attacks me for 1600, attacks me again. I can't do anything. I am pretty much a goner. I definitely thought I was going to lose this game. I summon Retainer, activate Domain. Domain can pay 500 to normal summon another monster. I can get Vampire Sucker off of my bat. I use to special summon Cybercore as a zombie. I get to draw a card. I get my cat coming on the field, searching for the negate. I get Familiar by getting rid of Grace. Then I can search for my Frowlin, and then I Borreload a Dragon. I have no idea how what Borreload does. I negated lowered his attack. Special summon some monsters going on. It's going crazy. Frowlin comes out, Grace comes out. I'm down to 2400. I attack. Grace pops the effect of spell card. Spell cards going to the graveyard. I can't pop his monster. His monster cannot be targeted by card effects. This was being live streamed at the time, and Cypher Cards was telling me I pretty much can't do anything because I can't pop him with Grace. I can't target him with anything else. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Then I remember I'm a Duel Links player, and Duel Links players with Light Sworns, they summon Every. Like Every on the field. Every does not target with her banish effect. So if I can negate his hand trap pretty much, then his turn's done. I don't target with my banish of Every. His card's banished. It feels wide open. 6,600 left. 32, 3,000, 2,000. I win. Game over. In one turn like that, he was opening up, and I was able to win. But I'm going to go look at this replay. So he got Cyber Dragons. I'm looking at his hand right now. I'm going to swap it out. So he got to go first. So this Wildeo did really well, and I'm going to not go over exactly what happened because you can watch what's happening for real. But Wildeo did really well in these two games, and I almost lost one of them. I'm not sure. I think I actually am putting this not in order. This is the second game instead of the first. So we're going to go backwards a little bit. Maybe I'll rearrange it in editing. But this is the second game in the tournament. The second game in the match was best of 3 like normal. So I was able to return Cyber Dragon with Moonlight because the first game I didn't know he was playing Cyber Dragons right away. And he almost destroyed me. You'll see that probably before this. So he's got a bunch of Cyber Dragons on the field. I don't know what I'm going to do. Moonlight only works... Isn't his name even Moonlight? Yeah, Moonlight only works once per turn. But luckily, Fraulein can special summon onto the field. And then I can use Grace by paying 2,000 life points. I can special summon Grace when a vampire is on the field like that. I can activate Kingdom. Grace's effect will let me throw a spell card into the graveyard. Instant Fusion goes away. I can pop the back row, send Familiar, use Awakening. Awakening will summon my Retainer, and I use Retainer's effect to pull a negate effect. So Domination will negate an effect he uses in his hand or field or whatever, which is what I need for Cyber Dragons right now. I can attack for a few thousand, using Brionic to discard some cards I don't need to return cards to his hand. And I can pretty much do that the rest of the game. I can just keep returning if I needed to, or I have these negates. He is using Goes in Match so that I can't use Lightsworn and Vampires, which is a smart idea on his end. But luckily I was able to just work around that by using Lightsworns first and then my Vampires, and then getting rid of Brionic when a second one came out. So I got Retainer back on the field. I'm paying 500 life points to search for Domain because I want Domain. So when I attack, I gain some life points back. There goes 25. Suck up the 25. Go back to 57. Attack for 17. That's game. So that was the second game. But you're going to see I also went against HeyBud. And I think the first game against HeyBud here, I'm going to show you how bad this deck can lose against an actual good deck. So I don't even remember. He was playing Raidraptors, and he just completely destroyed me. I have no idea what's going on. As soon as I saw Samorg, which I believe will come up in a second, I knew that it was game over. He's got some Blackwings. I have the Charge of Light Brigade. I can use it to get Raiden, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I can do a good combo here. I got some Lightsworn cards. I got Domain if I pull a Vampire on my draw phase. There's Samorg. He's paying a bunch of life points. I knew Samorg. I knew the combo because I used to play Harpies. I played Harpies in Wildeo's tournament, actually, and I used this exact Samorg, Bird of Sovereign. I don't even know how to pronounce Samorg. I saw it in GX. It wasn't pronounced like that. And he's got Barrier Statue, which I was also using in my Harpy deck in Wildeo's tournament. So I knew exactly what the combo was. I can't do anything. He's got Abyss Dweller. My whole deck is about Graveyard. So Abyss Dweller pretty much negates it with Infinity and Stormwinds and Samorg. I pretty much could do nothing. And this was on turn 1. He set up this pretty much unbreakable board for me with the deck that I'm using. And I couldn't do anything. And that was it. That was pretty much one turn kill. He did that with both replays. I'm not going to show you both, but this deck isn't great. But I liked it for the tournament that we were in, a non-meta tournament. Just running the Vampires for fun in the A to Z. I believe the tournament's still going on. The finalists are about to play today, tomorrow, as of recording. So good luck to whoever's left in it. Check out Wildeo, check out HeyBud. I'm gonna probably link everything down with Cypher Cards' help if I can get the links from him. Check out Cypher Cards. They're doing a lot of tournaments and giveaways, and they're pretty awesome. And I was really happy to be part of this. So thank you guys for watching. And yeah, peace out.
Baby, I'm losing my mind now. Baby, I've been trying so hard, yeah, to find a way to your heart, to your heart. Maybe I'm crazy.